Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Path of Exile. Since last time, I have killed Dominus. It's a lovely thing to just have gotten it done with. I will also say that to kill Dominus at the point you're kind of supposed to as far as progression level-wise is a complete and utter pain in the ass. On a hardcore difficulty, you're probably not going to be doing it anytime in your 60s, maybe not even in your low to mid 70s. He is that much of a pain in the ass. One little mess up, you can literally you're gonna get one shot, unless you manage to perfectly avoid all of his little abilities and attacks, which is a lot easier said than done. So, a little after this, we're gonna be cutting away to one of the Dominus fights, mind you. I never actually got to see the first phase of it because, well, I joined a group that was in the Scepter of the God, realized that, oh crap, I didn't get the Scepter of the God unlocked, so I couldn't actually go to anyone in the Scepter of the God. So I couldn't join the group in the upper, and by the time I ended up getting there, they had already gotten to phase 2 of the fight. So I missed it then. Another group joined in. He was just about dead, so I actually had the kill, like, easily. I jumped into the group, he was at like 10% health, and he got killed very quickly. It was nice. I got some nice easy loot. I believe I got a map from it. Other than the quest reward, I didn't claim the quest reward at that point. It's like, oh, well, I didn't really do that fight, so I'm not going to. And then I decided that I'm gonna finish off another level, because at that point I had gotten like a third of a level, so it's like, screw it, I'll get up to level 64, and then I saw another Dominus fight up, got in there, I was just starting phase 2, and it's like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to go ahead and kill Dominus. Essentially, it just comes down to just run around in circles as a melee. It comes down to running around in circles, dodging his lightning attacks in phase 1, and in phase 2, it's just basically portal spamming. Spam a bunch of potions, leave. Go back, spam a bunch of potions, leave. Or spam a bunch of potions, die anyway, go back. Have everyone die with tons and tons of ads, take 10 or so deaths to clear out the ads and resume the actual fighting, which is what happened in the video you're going to see. It was very, very messy. It was no one really over level. I think the highest person in the group was like 67, 68. It was actually what it was supposed to be like. I also have my stash tabs like just about full with just random crap. I don't feel like going through it anymore. I'm kind of done. Here's the map I picked up for killing Dominus as the actual quest reward. Otherwise, yeah, I did find a pretty nice piece of armor, and I can't use it because I need another 4-link from my Infernal Blow, so it's like infuriating. I found a 5-slot golden plate, and I don't have any more Orbs of Fusing because I tried getting this up to a 4-link and it didn't work out. Oh well. Realistically, I was using Jeweler's Orbs to try and get it to a 5. I forget what I did. I think I used a bunch of Jeweler's Orbs. I have like 2 left. I figured I'm not going to chance losing the 4th slot, so I try my couple gems of... Oh, the fusing's called. Orbs of Fusing. Use the Orbs of Fusing to try and get it up to just the 4-link, and that didn't happen either. So I ended up exactly where I was. I also off-screened heading down into the archives and the library to finally get the ever so awesome Cast When Damage Taken skill gem. It is wonderful. I ideally would have had it linked up to... Enduring Cry, which is what my whole purpose was originally. Because, you know, I'm lazy, but I'm terrible at it. Turns out with Leap Slam, having it linked up for the Endurance Charge on Stun and the Stun Support Gem. Stun Support Gem, there it is. It works really nicely. So it's like, whatever. So what else could I link this up with? Well, ability-wise, won't be too spectacular. I mean, at level 4, I can only use... There's the can only support skill gems of level something or other or lower, and reduce damage until you get much higher. So just having a random spell go off, it's like, ooh, it casts a fireball every 20 seconds. Actually, about every 3 seconds. It's like, it's still not worth bothering with. So I went back and it's like, fine, I'll go get an Enduring Cry gem. So I go look at the list. It's like, oh, it's Act 2 Intruders in Black. It's like, it's far, it's work. What other options do I have for lower level stuff? Because I'm lazy. I had grabbed a Shockwave Totem, which I don't know where the hell that ended up. I grabbed the Shockwave Totem thinking it was a decoy totem. It wasn't a decoy totem, and it didn't do what I wanted it to do. So it's flying around somewhere. It's all nice and leveled up. I ended up grabbing a decoy totem. I'm amazed this was the correct gem. So every second or two, I take enough damage, the spells get cast, and I create a decoy totem, which draws enemy fire for a hit or two. Usually it's a hit, because, well, when there's enough enemies around, they all shoot it at once, but that's one less set of hits that I take, which is great. I also went with Molten Shell, because again, just looking through the list of stuff, I get extra armor, it absorbs a little bit of damage, 478 damage, that's that's more than a Seething Flask charge for me at the moment. This number would be higher if I actually had quality on this, but whatever. Not important. And it absorbs a little more than a flask worth of damage when it goes off. And it gives me a bunch of extra armor while it's on too, so I take slightly less damage, so it absorbs even more than that. So overall, it worked out really nicely. What else? I mean, the league is ending tomorrow, so I'm not really going anywhere with this. I haven't looked what the new league's going to be. I know one of them is going to be a 4-month Cutthroat League, and Cutthroat is... I want to say something like... I don't remember what it is. Is it a Cutthroat... Is it even a Cutthroat League? I'm not even sure. I'm going off of someone's comment. 4-month competitive Cutthroat League. But is it actually a 4-month Cutthroat League, or is that's something else? Cutthroat is, I believe, all world areas are public with full PvP enabled by default. Slain characters drop all of their loot or all of their items upon death. Sometimes it's even hardcore. What are the upcoming leagues? I apologize to you for not really doing anything. Alright, I'm not sure what the new leagues are, but... I can't find it. I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm not really going to make it appear. But, yeah, so this build actually came together quite nicely. I mean, Doc's farming is pretty easy overall. But I was pleasantly surprised after getting that cast on damage taken that I'm actually kind of just able to face tank anything but stupid dogs in here. They're just still annoying as all hell. I mean, you can see how often the Molten Shell is activated and goes off a second. I mean, and of course it's going to stop that, but there it is, triggering, and there it is, detonating, trigger, detonate, trigger, detonate. it's really nice just to have it running out all the time. So what are the plans for the next week or two? Well, I don't know. This character is going to be going to softcore. I don't really... I mean, I plan on doing a couple little maps here and there, just to kind of spice things up, but I'm kind of... This character actually kind of came together. I mean, I have died many, many times. A lot of those, I think, the last couple times I've shown it, I was like 150 or so. There were many deaths while I was farming, just because I'm watching TV or something on the side, not paying as much attention as I should. But Melee is pretty rough to play in the game at the moment. With the Shadow Evolve mini expansion coming out, they're changing a lot of things. One of which is self-cast spells are supposed to be a lot better. So no more basically throwing a whole bunch of stuff on spell totems and using nothing but spell totems. So in theory, the Ancestry is a keystone that causes all abilities to... I forget the exact working of it, but essentially you can't cast spells, you can only make totems and spells. I'm gonna die if I stay in this group of enemies, so let's go recharge flasks. This came together nicely, but it's still not perfect. Just general build-wise, I mean, a lot's gonna change. There's gonna be new skill gems, new passive stuff, I'm assuming. These new corrupt gems, I believe is what they're called. It's really just these dogs. If I can kill these freaking dogs, the rest of these guys will be pretty easy. So why am I farming the docks now? Well, I don't really know. Essentially just showing that, yeah, this came together pretty good. This top right corner of the screen, you can see that this is a level 62 zone. I'm not cheating and going back to an earlier area. This is still not perfect. There's still a lot of stuff I could get on this character. I mean, I'm not using any quality gems or... hell, I'm going to say quality equipment. I don't think any of my equipment even has quality on it. Which is easy it is, relatively speaking, to get armor scraps. There's really no reason I shouldn't have it on some of the stuff. There's a couple magic equipment I have. My chest armor is just blue, it's not yellow. So. I'm just gonna finish killing this pack now that I've talked for 12 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and cut away to that Dominus kill. Kind of anticlimactic. All said and done, that didn't really get a chance to progress through, but like I said, it is a tough fight to do it at level. If this was a hardcore character, there'd be no way in hell that I would be getting it done like that. I mean, it's just not worth the risk, so why I'm picking stuff up. Whatever, picking stuff up, going back to town, and here comes the Dominus fight. I'm actually going to just exit Path of Exile altogether. Yay, black screen for just a moment. Let's go to Open Broadcast Software folder, find the correct video, which I believe is this one. And here's me. You're not going to be seeing this. I need to find where I'm fast forwarding to in this video clip. And we're going to go from the point I join the group, which is now. There are the portals. So, Dominus is a messy as hell fight. It's already in progress. I'm like, it's like, oh, great. Well, screw it. I may as well kill him, get some loot. Oh, wait, he's at full health, pretty much. Screw it, we'll kill him. As I said, everyone's kind of at full. It's like, I'm dying horribly. It's like, yeah, potions, get on attacking them. I still really haven't adjusted to the fact that I have no life gain on hit or life leech on Infernal Blow. And it's like, spam some potions, health is doing okay, you know, some ads, I'll get potion flask charges back. I don't get them back quickly enough. And things, here's me swapping, you know, I need life leech, so in the middle of a boss fight, I'll go ahead and do it, why not? So I die, for the first time, of very many. This goes downhill real quickly. swap out the skill gem so I can regen life. Take a portal that someone left downstairs, because why not? Get back up to the top where Dominus is, and we are getting overrun completely by ads. It's like, run away, kite around, don't get killed, and I got sleep slammed on by Dominus and die again. I was like, God, there's a lot of ads. I'm gonna need that melee splash. So swap back, and get my own portal down. And this is where things begin to go completely and utterly downhill. Everybody has died at this point. So going in basically means getting shotgunned to death instantly. And again, wrong town portal. This kind of repeats itself over and over. So I'm just going to kind of speed this terrible fight up. At the end, it's a lot of loot to pick up and stuff. I'm just gonna see how far ahead this goes. So yeah, a really just messy as hell fight we're doing with a bunch of at-level characters. Had that been hardcore, well, we would have just all lost quite a bit of effort on characters. Fortunately, this was not hardcore. Going back, death count for this character, 200, and I believe 27. I don't think it was 272, but I feel like there was 2 2s and a 7 in there. So I'm going with 227. It was back at the beginning of the video, not important really now. So what's coming up with this series? Well, I honestly, like I said, don't know. I'll be coming with some new characters. It's going to be a couple days with no episodes, despite the upload schedule at the top. If I feel not lazy at some point in the near future, I will update that to reflect that it will be coming up shortly. What else? Anything else? I don't know. Covered Dominus, covered the changes I made. Yes, the character is sort of viable. I don't know how it's going to perform in maps. I don't think the character is quite ready for maps just yet. Will it be viable in maps? Possibly. I have Leap Slam for anything that reflects elemental damage. If stuff reflects both physical and elemental damage, I might have to just run around and hide in a corner and cry for mommy. But overall, yeah, it's a fun character to play. The build works for the most part. Had I done more farming or had more gear, if I was running alts as well, I'd have other currency and items to kind of share between the two of them. But just running one character and doing no trading at all really limited my options, basically left everything up to random number generator luck, and anyone who plays this game knows how fickle the random number generator can be. So in a more organized setting, it would definitely work better. But it's overall quite viable. It's fun to play, things explode. It's nice to watch, it's fun to watch. It has its difficult moments, but, it is what it is. So for now, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, rate, and/or subscribe, and ridicule my terrible, terrible Dominus fight. And have a great day.